All right. So we're on. Hello, everybody. Hope everyone's having a nice evening today. And I'm actually excited for today's game because I wanted to play this for the longest time. Today we're gonna hopefully, if the game's not too heavy, play the Stanley Parable. But I still need to also wait for it so I can find it in. I am. Oh, it did. It did. It did. Good, 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 good. Now, do I deactivate it? Not really. I'll wait for the time to show up for. Oh, right. Steam with Steam overlay. Interesting. Anyway, hope everyone's having a nice evening. I really, mine wasn't that eventful. Just help family with doing some groceries and stuff. Now, I should say that this is a honest to God first impression of this game. In Please choose a screen and subtitle language. Okay, so first of all, first experience completely off of this game. And I do understand that maybe it's gonna get a bit boring because it's basically the same game, but we have to repeat it over and over and over again because there's various endings to it. But trust me, it's really interesting. If you guys haven't seen it before, it's I would say I honestly I want to say that part of the charm of the game is just the narrator. Seriously, the guy's a legend. I don't know much about him, but I really love his stuff. Okay, so choose screen and subtitles English. Yeah, just English. Have you played the Stanley Parable before? I have not. Let's pretend that I haven't. Please adjust the slider until the computer is barely visible. Well, there's a whole bit about these sliders. I think I'll keep it like so. Okay. Now please enter the current time. Okay, I have to remember that there's such a thing as, okay, it's not on the 24 hours. So right now it's 9:13. It's 9:13 p.m. Note, accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. Hopefully the game doesn't lag. Yet I think it's a light game because it doesn't have that many effects, but it's tend to be seen. Of course. Also got myself some popcorn. Pretty good. Let's hope that at least the game audio isn't that loud. Okay, it starts us off here.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. This is the story of a...
Okay, that should be good. No VSync, please. In 20 by 1080. No anti-alias. Can I put anti-aliasing? Quality profile high. It's really trippy that like the same stuff that we have here is being copied on the other TVs. Okay, let's hope for the best. Begin the game. It's actually one of the first really indie titles that we have in 2023. That's quite the good stuff. Just hope that the other loading times aren't that egregiously long. I may be scared at that. At the loading times, not the game. Stanley Parable is the thinking man's game, I feel. Or at least in a way. Also, the throw stuff app is available, so if you guys want to throw stuff in my face, if you feel too bored, feel free to do so. So, drop stuff in my head, throw stuff in my face. I may need to adjust the prices though. I feel like they've been too expensive. Kind of miss the spam or not. Hard to tell.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where
Oh
he was
dear.
employee number
It is very
427.
laggy.
Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Okay, now I'm in control. Okay, first of all, the game is really laggy. Let's put it on medium. See if this help. It's help a bit. Let's put it on low. I'm sad I have to put it on low, but it is what it is, I guess. Oh, this is way more manageable. It's still chugging a bit, but it's more manageable. Okay, so the game. It's basically It's basically a physical version of a choose your own adventure book. There are several things that can happen depending on which path we take. But I think for this one, I will try to follow the narrator's orders, just so we know the real story. Because the appeal of the game is that basically there is a fight between the. I feel like I'm spoiling it, but basically there's a fight between the narrator and the main character, because the main character has the choice to either follow what the narrator is saying or not. But of course, for this first part, I will do exactly what the narrator says. Ah, my lich! I was just giving it an explanation a bit before we started. I hope you're good.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, so there is no special monitors for now. I guess that's for later. What's this? I like it. I like work. I just hate my boss. That's funny. Okay, so The Stanley Parable. Changing the vice might be okay. This might be a problem. I seem to be having a bit of residual movement. As in I stop moving, but it takes a bit for my character to stop moving. This might be an issue for me to get some of the endings. Because some take some very precise jumping and moving. Can't even jump. Right, because there's no jumping circle. Anyway, wait, I'm giving spoilers. Game! Right, because they said one on the latest update that they added a reticle. So now you can have there's no need for a reticle here, but apparently now there is. You can choose a dot, first person shooter, second person shooter, plasma rifle, Joe's favorite, play the game, and Windows. Oh my god, Windows, so I'm keeping Windows. Translate the labels at the top of in-world text, color labels, content warnings. Option to skip sections of the game that deal with suicide, trauma, and mental health issues. This is difficult for time-sensitive inputs and precision platforming. I'll put low dexterity just to be sure. Oh, this is way more responsive, thank you. You can't jump. Get your first achievement. Oh, I got my first achievement. Wait, there's an open door over there. I can't access that room though. Okay, any screens here?
Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, but it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
Can you stop being that sassy narrator? Gee, I may be curious. Have you considered that? I hit mine, Lace. Okay, verse 16. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, I'm taking the door on the left.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
A dispute with a coworker. Let it ball up inside you. Take it out passive aggressive on the other coworkers. Resent what? To assure employees everything is okay. Counterproductive work environment. Everyone's unique. You most of all. Right. Synergize score a number of sliders on this slide. Charts and slides. Synergize core value expenditure. Shift global market parade. Monetize free to play. Monetize free to play. Rate at which charts the same side depicts it. What? Rate of increasing graphs per slide. Please no more charts. Boss appreciation minute. Circle on the top 20 things you love most about your boss. Fill out a triplicate and return to your boss appreciation specialist. If you ever find yourself in conflict with another diligent employee, but more inclined toward conflict unless you're a kind person, remember that it takes 2 people to start a fight. Okay, what are your dreams in the future? Success, nature, transcend, plant life, football, less air. Spring break, clear sky, metamorphosis, charts, mitosis, transcend, talk radio. For not getting fired, talk less, do unbelievably amazing work at the time every day with no expectations of promotion or recognition. Don't get fired. Yup. Jesus, the slides. Okay, This thing might get a bit meta. I mean, some of the stuff here. Push for funding for research and development of a new coffee machine. Steadily graphs 40 times wide, not cost efficient. Get Chris out of the broom closet. Synergize paper? Hire someone to synergize the papers. Papers are too synergized. Fire paper guy. Hire someone to fire the paper synergizing guy. Who moved my desk? Please keep the targets off the on the topic of something. Tomorrow, complete today's unfinished agenda items, write the next day's agenda, and reflect. Jesus, so many slides. Anyway, let's not stay here too long. Can we... I'm not gonna get into the broom closet. Not yet, at least. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, for now, we're just following his orders. Or at least how he's telling the story. What's this? The executive bathroom. Huh. Because the boss knows that what the boss says goes, if he's the boss's suffered losses, then that's what the bosses choose. What? I'm for the old logic. Kill the boss and take his place. The king is dead, long live the king. Okay.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him, and so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Random
Stanley happened
buttons.
to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, this place is getting scary. But you know what? I'm for it too, Lich. Kill the boss and become the boss, or at least to become by association. I mean, if you have a big enough gun, I guess that would work. I don't know. Is it because I really don't know what it is. Like I haven't changed anything from last day's stream.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long. Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
What do you mean? I don't know why. I'm receiving a warning on my OBS saying that the encoder is being overloaded, and I don't know why. Because the game's being run on the lowest setting. I am rendering the stream on the lowest bitrate at 30 FPS, and it's still lagging to shit. I really don't know what it is besides just the VTuber Plus stuff. I really don't. I think it's just the VTuber Plus stuff. I really don't like to be like not using it because I know that some of you like come into the stream and redeem it thinking that you can, throw stuff in my face. But it ends up that it doesn't work. Or that the streams just get too heavy for me to use it. I guess we're going with my PNG again. I'm really sorry that this is happening. Like I wish I could make this work, at least with VTuber Plus. Unless I get a like at least a better processor. If I at least can get a better processor, I think at least that'll work a bit better. I'm really sorry. It's not well optimized. It's not even the game. It's just my computer. At this point, it's just my computer that's just not well optimized for anything. I hate it. I hate that happens. Let's see if now it helps. See, now that I'm only using a PNG, the game runs so smoothly. I bet I could use this on high settings if I wanted. Hell, even 4 times anti-aliasing. You see this? You're seeing this. The game now is on technically the highest settings, and it's running smoothly when I'm using PNG. I swear, I hate that I use the PNG a lot. Because, like, I know you guys want to throw stuff. Okay, okay, honest to God answer, Slitch. Do you really want to throw stuff in my face? Like, do you, for me to justify using VTuber Plus? Because the reason I bought is because I want people in chat to engage, but ever since I put the prices all up there, almost no one's using it. But at the same time, it's the sole reason I can't run half the games I have installed. I'm sorry that I'm complaining a lot right now. It's just I know that I've been using the PNG a lot, and I honestly I love this PNG, but I don't want you guys feeling like that I only use that and nothing else. It's not at this point. It's not because I just want to use that. It's just because that's the only thing that works. Okay, but I'll stop rambling. There's a game to go. Okay, mind control facility. That's not a good thing.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
There is an Easter egg here, but I'll complete the first standing first.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Wait, 427. There's me. In my room. There's another thing. That there are 2 Easter eggs here. But for now, we'll just go with the game.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Turned it off. Did did it work? Okay, there's a spike. There's a big spike.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
Was it?
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Huh.
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
So I believe we achieved the first ending. Beat the game. Hell yeah! That quick. We beat the game. Or at least how it's supposed to be beaten. So, from here on out, I'll be searching for every other ending that isn't that one. There is also a speedrunner ending that you're supposed to finish the game in 4 minutes, but that one's gonna take a bit. So, first one.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
First,
Perhaps
let
he
me
had
see
simply missed a
about
memo.
the
No
screen.
matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I think is it not oh, but I think it's not possible because of the chair here isn't okay. Wait. I think I can? Oh, we did it. That's the first one.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
So, this is basically a demonstration of the type of humor that this game has. Like, the narrator loves to just poke fun at things, both when you're doing wrong things and when he's trying to take his anger at you. And honestly, no, I'm not sick of the yes, I am.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want. Like right now.
Thanks for the
You
hydrate.
could have done it just then. Now would also be an appropriate time to quit. Any of these points and so many, many more, all of them are appropriate. I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how long you can maintain.
I wasn't supposed to get this one first, but whatever.
There once was a man named Stanley who people considered so manly. But the truth must be told, he was not very old and was quite particularly gangly. What Stanley liked most was buttons. He pushed them like some kind of glutton. He did it all day in a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function. Which is why he is in this parable and lives an existence quite terrible. And if you are not strong and keep playing along, you too will become quite unbearable. Yes. You too will become quite unbearable.
Okay, I think at this point it's just gonna be continuing this until like the end of time, until we just get bored and begin the game again. So let's do that. Now, just to kick this one off,
All of his co-workers
same deal.
were gone. What could it
But
mean?
instead,
Stanley
we'll
decided to go to the
try
meeting
to
room.
get
Perhaps he
the
had simply
no
missed a
instead.
memo.
So same deal?
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in? Okay, I'm over it now. What do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
So I was supposed to pick no first because on the no option he gets all nice, but on the yes option he gets all annoying.
Ah, then in that case we'll continue. But now, here comes the real question. What do you think would have happened if you had told me that you wanted this to stop? Do you think it would have been particularly different?
Now we know it
Would I
would.
have taken the same idea but rephrased it superficially to fit that answer? Perhaps you never would even have thought of it if I hadn't brought up the issue in the first place. Oh, now think about it. Will it be worth it for you to restart and then come back here just to do the other option? Clearly, this whole gag takes some time. What if the other option is even longer? How long will you spend in total just to have heard all the narration? Oh, and this is rich. Perhaps you've just played the other option, and now you've come to see what happens in this one. So, what do you think? Which choice was the better one? Imagine if you had selected Continue on your first playthrough, how tantalizing it would be not knowing what happens when you pick the other option. Indeed, you are one of the lucky ones. Though if the other option is really miserable to listen to, then perhaps you're not. In fact, I'm just going to say that no one who's listening to this is lucky. Well now, I've built up the other option so much that I'm going to stop talking and leave you to your decision whether to come back here, continue with the game, or just sit in this spot forever and ever. Cheers.
Okay, so now we can begin the game again. What do you think the main problem is, the CPU or the graphics card? I think it could be the CPU, honestly, because it just gives the encoder overloaded and the whole computer just gets. Actually, let me pull up my task manager, see how much we're doing. It has to be the CPU. It's maxed out. Like 100% CPU, 60% memory, basically no disk, no network, 85% of the GPU. 83 to 85, it's oscillating. So yeah, it's basically using the whole CPU right now. So I believe perhaps if at least I can get a better CPU, and still, if I can at least get a better CPU, maybe some of the problems on the stream itself might solve. At least for some of these heavy-ish games. But it's not a guarantee. Okay, so we took both of the answers from that side. Now, actually, I'm impressed that it didn't. Wait, let me see a thing. See all the achievements. There's only a few achievements on this game. So we already got the first achievement. awarded for getting any of the other achievements as your first, and beat the game. Complete the Stanley Parable. And you can't jump. Well, seriously, we disabled it. So there's the test achievement. This one we'll get later. Welcome back. Quit the game and then start again. Commitment. Play the Stanley Parable for the entire duration of a Tuesday. That one's not gonna be a thing unless I get it for myself. The 8 ending. Click the door for 35 times. Complete the Stanley Parable in only 4 minutes and 22 seconds, not including load times. And then setting world champion. Set all the settings sliders in the menu to all the available numbers. Then super go outside. Don't play the Stanley Parable for 10 years. And this is actually a kind of throwback to the first Stanley Parable, because I believe that
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, narrator. This is actually a bit of a throwback to the first Stanley Parable that had a similar achievement but for just a year. So this one you have to wait 10 years to get. And trust me, there's people that would just change the date on their calendar to just get it. But I will try to get it on the normal time. So in my case, I have to wait to play it again on 2033. This day in 2033. Or when I decided to finish playing the Stanley Parable, that is. Anyway, okay, let's continue. Oh! Okay, there's one input. That's for one ending, too. Those input things, I mean. Have you thought about monthly payments for it? If you get a new CPU, maybe you need a new motherboard too. At the moment, I saved some money for the cheaper graphics card of the new generation. That's the thing, because at least right now, I can't spend any money because of the cruise that I'm gonna have on February, or at least end of February, beginning of March. So if I want to have any plans for that kind of stuff, even if it's monthly payments, I'd have to do that on basically like way late into the year. It's not a bad idea, but the thing is, okay, if you're talking about paying in installments, I could do it myself. But the thing is, somehow my family has a very big aversion to it. And even if I decided to tell them, hey, I'm just gonna do this thing and gonna pay in installments because I can pay it all in one go, they would pay the whole thing and make me pay them. I don't know why they do that. Like, I know they're doing this to help me because they don't want me paying extra, because if you pay in installments, you're paying with with a little bit of extra each payment, and you ended up paying more for the thing instead of paying before if you paid on straight up. And I know that's to help, but still, I don't want to depend on them for that. Honestly, I might do that. Just try to parcel it until December. Buy both parts. It's gonna be 3 grand, and parceling all of it. Maybe I could do just the graphics, just the CPU first, and then the graphics card. It's not gonna be that bad, honestly. Now I'll have to see how much I can spend per month. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now we go for the wrong one.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Ah, yes, the employee lounge.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
I'm actually kind of mad. Actually, I kind of remembered that there was a guy.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Do you mind, narrator? Okay, so as I was saying, a guy was like reviewing vending machines in video games, and he actually gave a bad rating for this one
At this
because
point, Stanley's obsession with this room bordered on creepy and reflected poorly on his overall personality. It's possible that this is why everyone left.
do you mind, narrator? Like he gave a very bad rating. I think it was what 6 out of 10. I think, or just no vending machine game. I think because it's the only vending machine in the game, and there's no variation whatsoever, or that it was a reused asset. Okay, let's get out before the narrator gets too
But at
impatient.
last, he'd had enough of the amazing room and took the first open door on his left to get back to business.
Which we're not going to do. Actually, there is an elevator over there. Now we'll go in here first.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't 5 years ago.
I'm actually impressed that, wait, oh, it's still the first Stanley Parable, because we will know if this is the Ultra Deluxe because there will be an extra path here. Okay, so do not jump from the cargo lift while it's in motion. Will cause death. Penalty for misuse the cargo lift $1,000. For jumping off the cargo lift, $5,000.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten
Oh, the wife
about.
ending. Yep, you know what?
Please,
Sure, we'll do it this
Stop
one.
trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her.
Her? Narrator, who's this her you're talking about?
This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Who? Is it inside this room?
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this, to reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
It's afford something, and I buy if it's cheaper than normally. I agree with you. I totally agree with you. Honestly, I just hope that at least I can do this. I'll search around, see if I can find a good offer on an i7. On a good i7. But wait a second, do you need a better motherboard if you're gonna upgrade the CPU? I know that doesn't it just need to be the same, what's the name? The same socket?
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha.
Really?
Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Ah, yes, it's totally not creepy, just the moving the doll and all. Do you know someone who works, who knows about that stuff? I know one person, at least when it comes to the VTuber side, there's Temp. And the thing is that it's Akko's friend. I know I don't have anything against him, and he doesn't have anything against me. But we barely talk. I'd have to see. I'll talk to him tomorrow about this. Yeah, I'll talk to him tomorrow about this.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley.
What? Good morning, employee 427. Press H on your keyboard.
Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Well, damn. Please press the letter I or L? No, it's an I.
Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's
Wait,
eating
wasn't there a
lunch.
sofa here?
Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life.
Why is my room blocked by a chair? Please press V.
But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him.
Please press G to watch TV.
And so he began to fantasize about
What?
his own job.
My TV.
First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Excited me terribly? Press B to spend time with the boys.
So he went further. He imagined that he came to 2 open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Please press I to prepare dinner. Is that a lowercase L? No, it's still an I.
As he wandered through this fantasy
No,
world,
my
he began
kitchen.
to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions.
Yellow
and
line?
Down another was a game with a baby.
Game
And
with
he
a
called
baby?
it the Stanley Parable.
Please press T to tell your kids a story.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
What are you trying to tell me, narrator? My geez. Please press G to tell your wife your lover.
But there is no answer. How could there
My
possibly
table.
be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Please press I to get to go to sleep.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Please press Z to be at work in the morning. Well, shit. If I don't press a button, I don't advance the game. But at the same time, if I do, I'm just proving his point. Oh, the choice. The choice of having no choice at all.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Please press Q to question nothing.
I suppose I can't, not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And
Oh,
I
no.
tried again, and Stanley pushed a button.
Please die.
And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried.
What kind of message is please die? It's just... Okay? at least remember that one of the options was to cover these kinds of heavy things. Should I put that? I feel like I should. I want to hit the narrator with a spoon again and again and again and again. And he never stopped hitting me with a spoon. Oh god, I remember that video. That was really funny. God damn it, Lynch. Okay,
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room to check on his co-workers. He never functioned well by himself and constantly needed support and guidance from others, so the thought of total solitude was terrifying to him.
well,
No matter
thanks.
how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Well, thanks, narrator. That was a burn. At least a reflection of the last one. Wait, there was something on that screen. I had to go turning it off, didn't I?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, no
This
thanks.
was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow, yes, this room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Now, I will do the same ending, but I will do something different. At least to point a bit to the fun. The
Stanley was so
comedy
bad
in the
at
game.
following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Narrator. You never
Look,
learn.
Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about
And there is
nothing
one
but
ending that
you
involves that
all
door
this
over there.
time. There's
First,
someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself. Now, I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself, to put your work aside, to let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
okay, let's see it.
That's her, Stanley.
Now,
You need to be the one
instead
to
of
do
picking
this,
up the
to
phone,
reach out to her.
what we could
If you
do...
can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone. Oh, no, you can't. Did you just unplug the phone? No, that wasn't supposed to be a choice. How did you do that? You actually chose incorrectly? I didn't even know that was possible. Let me double check. No, it's definitely here, clear as day. Stanley picks up the phone. He's taken to his apartment where he finds his wife, and the two pledge themselves to one another. Music comes in, fade to white, roll credits. Not picking up the phone is actually somehow an incorrect course of action. How is that even possible? None of these decisions were supposed to mean anything. I don't understand. How on earth are you making meaningful choices? What did you... Wait a second. Did I just see... No, that's not possible. I can't believe it. How had I not noticed it sooner? You're not Stanley.
Oh.
You're a real person.
Oh no, I've been spotted!
I can't believe I was so mistaken. This is why you've been able to make correct and incorrect choices. And to think I've been letting you run around in this game for so long. If you'd made any more wrong choices, you might have negated it entirely. It's as though you completely ignored even the most basic safety protocol for real-world decision-making. Or did you not grasp the severity of the situation?
Wait,
Well, I
was
won't
that
have
that
kind of
bad?
risk on my watch. I'm going to stop the game for a moment so we can educate you properly on safe decision-making in the real world.
Okay.
Let's observe this helpful instructional video.
Okay, I guess we're watching an instructional video.
Choice. It's the best part of being a real person. But if used incorrectly, can also be the most dangerous. For example, in this scenario, a hypothetical real person named Rupert has a choice. He could invent a machine that eliminates food shortages across the world to make life better for all people.
Oh?
Or he could spend years of hard work forgetting how to read.
How?
Which choice would
Forget
you
how
make?
to read.
Remember that unlike here, the real world makes sense, and at no time should you make a choice that does not conform to rational logic. If you
What?
find yourself speaking with a person who does not make sense, in all likelihood, that person is not real. Allow the person to finish their thought, then provide an excuse why you cannot continue talking. Turn to a partner and practice saying, "My goodness, is it 4:30? I'm supposed to be having a back sack and crack."
Back second crack? Okay. Oh, my dear, is it 4:30? I should be back at work having a back second crack. What is a back second crack? Is it like sleeping?
Excellent. Making choices on a regular basis is the best part to a healthy decision-making process. Most medical professionals recommend making at least 8 choices per day. Do you make more than 8? Less? And finally, if you begin to wonder if your choices are actually meaningful and whether you'll ever make a
Alcohol and brain
significant
surgery.
contribution to the world, just remember
Why not
that
both?
in the vast infiniteness of space, your thoughts and problems are materially insignificant, and the feeling should subside. At this time, your instructor
yes,
will guide
nothing-
you in an exercise to test and reinforce the material covered in this video.
Yes, nothing better than freaking existential dread. Thank you, game.
Welcome back. You may
What
have
the-
noticed that this room has begun to deteriorate as a result of narrative
That's a
contradiction.
lot of
But not to worry.
forklift.
Now that you're properly informed on good decision
Danger
making,
everywhere.
we're going to revisit a choice you made just a few minutes ago and see what the correct thing to do would have been. This way, please.
Okay, I guess we have to make a safe choice now. And now everything is barred. Well, great, now I can jump off. That's sad.
Now that we know your choices are meaningful, we can't have you jumping off the platform and dying. Imagine the main character dying senselessly halfway through the story. That story would make no sense at all. We just need to get you home as soon as possible before the narrative contradiction gets any worse. Unfortunately, it seems this place is not well equipped to deal with reality.
Well equipped to deal with reality. I feel like I shouldn't be hearing like half of these things. Can I still jump? No, I can't. God damn it. Man, the door here's closed too. Okay.
Almost there. You'll take the door on the left.
Well,
Back
not
to the
by
correct
this.
ending. The story will have resolution once
Boa noite, mãe benção.
again, and you'll be home free in the real world.
Now, this is a thing that I'm actually curious. I could take the right choice and continue with the game. Would that happen? Or will I have to go all the way back to this so I can actually know what happened? I want to take the wrong choice so we can get the ending, but at the same time, I want to try. Would you guys have the patience to let me try it? Because it takes a bit.
Now remember, all you need to do is behave exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Try it. I'll take it. I'll take it. If anything, it'll take a bit, but we'll get to that. Okay, so it's just a thing to.
Yet there was not a single person here either.
Oh, I think it's
Feeling
just
a wave
the.
of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah, I think now the game's just gonna resume itself. It's the broom closet. I'm not gonna get into it yet.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay. Oh yeah, no. It was a different thing. I remembered.
Stepping inside his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this until he saw the door with a voice receiver next to it. Surely behind this door lay all the answers to his questions. And beyond all probability, he knew the passcode. He had seen it on his boss's computer just last week. Night Shark 115. Was this the code to open the door? Would it still work? There was only one way to find out.
Wait, but
Stanley had been trained never to speak up, but now he would draw from within himself the courage to face the unknown. He drew a sharp breath and then spoke the code.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but Night Shark 115. There's no audio option here.
Stanley spoke the code. Night Shark 115. He spoke it into the receiver, right there on the wall.
Night Shark 115. It's not working.
I'm sorry, is there a problem? You didn't mishear me, did you?
I didn't.
Please speak the code into the receiver. Otherwise, we can't get on with the story. This is a crucial step.
I am trying. Night Shark 115. It's not letting me.
Okay, fine. You're not going to do it. But you know what? It's pretty humiliating to bring you this far, only for you to suddenly decide you have better things to do. I asked you for this one single thing, for your respect. The kind of respect Stanley shows for his choices. He knows what it means to take a story seriously. If you didn't want to see what I had to show you, then why did you come here? You had a choice, you know. You could have gone through the door on the right. You could have done whatever the hell you wanted over there. Why did you come this way? Speak. Say something to me. Explain yourself, you coward. You...
What? Stanley is
Behave
a...
exactly as Stanley would. That means choosing responsibly and always putting the story first. I'm quite sure you'll be up to the task. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine.
Okay.
All right. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, now we know what happened if we took the right choice. We wouldn't mean anything because Stanley can't speak. So now what happens if we take the wrong choice again?
No! Why did you do that? Quickly, hurry back in the other direction. Perhaps we're not too late.
Okay, I think the thing's spreading. We need to go. Oh no, not the...
I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that you... My story! You've destroyed my work! Why? For what? What did you get out of that? What did you think was so special about seeing the game undone, left here like so much garbage? It's worthless now. And what am I supposed to do? Even if there were a way to continue, would it be worth it? To know that my story is now incorrect? How can I go back to that?
He has no mouth and he must scream. Yes!
I'll have to live with it forever.
I need to scream.
Reliving its
I
impossibility
need to scream
forever.
the passcode.
I couldn't live that way. Is it better to shut the game down entirely? To willingly destroy all of my work? I don't know. What's the answer? What do I do? What do I do? What do I... No, I have to. I have to shut the game down. I have to. I have to.
Do not alter... What? Oh no, he's shutting down the game. No. Stanley's a raptor.
Oh, I'm here. I'm still here. Here in this pile of rubbish. With you. You, who thought you were so clever. Now look where we are. My entire game is destroyed. It was the only thing in the world that was mine, and you've run it into the ground. What, did you think that would be funny? You just had to see? Didn't I impress upon you how important it was to be like Stanley?
What if I didn't want to be like Stanley? Have you considered
He
that?
understands that if I say to do something, there's a damn good reason for it. That thought hadn't even occurred to you, had it? That there's a world outside of you? You're a child.
Oh, shut up, narrator.
My story.
Child.
If you'd just gone through the door on the left, you would have seen it. There was a whole underground facility. You would have destroyed it and been victorious. It would have been so perfect. I worked so hard on it. I tried so hard to make... When Stanley came
What?
to a set of 2
Oh,
doors,
now that I
he
had
entered
both
the
of
door on his
them,
left.
now I got the out-of-body ending.
Hello? Are you...
So now I'm not controlling my body anymore.
Stanley, please. I need
choice.
The
I
end?
need you to walk through the
That's
door.
one end, yes.
Are you listening to me? Can you hear me? Is everything all right? Stanley, this is important. The story needs you. It needs you to make a decision. It cannot exist without you. Do you understand me? Whatever choice you make is just fine. They're both correct. You cannot be wrong here. We can work together. I'll accept whatever you do. I simply need you to take that step forward, please. Choose. Do something. Anything.
Made with Unity.
This is more important than you can ever know.
Based on the work
I
on
need
Stanley
this.
Parable
The story needs
2013.
it.
It's from 2013. It's been
So,
what?
You hear me?
14, 15, 16, 17,
Are you
18,
there?
19, 20,
Are you
21,
listening to this?
22.
Stanley, are you there?
It's been 10 years.
Okay.
Right.
It's okay.
It's
I can wait.
2023 and the game's from
Time to
13.
decide. Time to make sure your choice is correct. That is the best choice. That's all right. I'll wait for you to decide what's the right thing to do.
Man,
Take as much time as you need.
now I kind of feel bad for the narrator. But hey, another ending. Okay, we still didn't get the. Let's see if
A
there's
soft
anything.
wind blew outside and perhaps rain started, and if it did, it stopped shortly after. Stanley hoped that he would one day see weather.
One day see what? Oh, was that a reference to the first ending? Because I did see weather there. What's this? Surname access. Nothing. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay. Wrong door again, but
This
this
was not the
time
correct way
we're
to the
gonna
meeting
jump
room,
off
and
the
Stanley
thing.
knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. The lounge was sublime, a work of art. What was it about this room that called so deeply and so personally to Stanley? Its grace? Its subtle charm? No. Stanley knew it was something deeper, something darker.
Do I stay in here the rest? I'll hear the rest. See if there's any more.
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, now for this one, we just have to jump off the lift under the, to the catwalk.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time.
Oh,
There's someone
shush
you've
it.
been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Sure, I'll give you a chance, narrator. To be one? I want to be one. To be 3? Where's to be 2? Is it that one? To be 4, to be 5.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Okay, let's say that I walked through the weird door.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Was this an infinite room? It was an infinite room. Okay, narrator, what do you have for me?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Oh, it's a nice room with a bunch of light effects on it. Look at this. I agree with you, narrator. I feel quite happy in this room. You know, the effects, and there's some square effects that are spinning in the back. And the cloud is just farming at the top. It seems to be quite heavy on my computer, but still, the effects are just as beautiful as they used to be. But there is a thing. There's a thing I'm kind of scared to show because... Okay, if anyone's kind of averted or just doesn't like the idea of suicide, please avert your eyes for the next bit. Because this is necessary.
No, wait. Where are you going?
It's actually a thing that they used to have on the
Oh no! Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Because this is the thing.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
What if I don't want to think about what I'm doing? Have you considered that? All I'm doing is just taking your directions all this time. I haven't had a single time to think for myself. And you know what? You want my brain so bad. How about you take it and wipe it off the... What?
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there for a moment. Now, no, what are you doing, Stanley? Please, I'm asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Because I'm tired of you telling me what to do. If you want my brain so bad, wipe it off the fucking pavement.
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
No.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
No, it's not like that. I don't hate the game. I'm just trying to act something out. You want my brain so bad? You better wipe it off the pavement.
Or maybe you're just getting a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all.
Yes!
Well, this one is yours.
Oh, the last one is... I actually am walking... Obviously, I'm walking slower. I fell off this thing for 3 times. That's the 4th.
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going back.
And that's the thing, they never retain their memory between endings, I think. Okay, I really should enable that option, shouldn't I? I'm really sorry if this thing was a bit too heavy. I know that it was just done for the sake of satire, but still, I don't think I'm qualified to say anything about suicide. I'm sorry.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally. This is great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Is this a reflection of the last ending? I guess now the endings are basically just a reflection of what I did before, so now I'm just loving that I'm alone. Okay, second input. At least he didn't use a hammer. Yeah, you're right. He didn't use a hammer. Now there is a second
When
choice.
Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Standing now in this incredible room, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Now we're going to do all over
Stanley was
again,
so
but I
bad at
will
following
choose
directions,
the
it's
wrong door.
incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about.
What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Okay, I'll give you a chance.
Now listen
Not
carefully,
really.
this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Now we know what happens when he walks through the red door. But what happens when he walks through the blue door?
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Blue door.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Oh, there's a blue door behind me.
All right, fine. Go ahead, Stanley. You want to know so badly what's out there? You want to find out what lies at the end of this road you've chosen? Well, don't let me stop you. You see? There's nothing here. I haven't even finished building this section of the map because you were never supposed to be here in the first place. Broken rooms, exposed developer textures. Is this what you had wanted? Was it worth ruining the entire story I had written out specifically for you? Do you not think I put a lot of time into that? Because I did. And in the end, it was all for nothing, because this is what you wanted to see. Help me here, Stanley. Help elucidate these strange and unknowable desires of yours. What would have made this game better? What did you want to see? Vehicles? Skill trees? Work with me. You've given me absolutely nothing so far. Tell you what, let me take a stab in the dark at a new design, and you can give me some feedback. There we go.
Okay.
A third option. This already feels leaps ahead of where we were before. Go ahead, Stanley. Take it for a spin.
I thought it was actually gonna take longer, but okay, let's take the third option.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. Now, tell me about your experience with this new version. Would you say that the game benefited from allowing you more choices? Feel free to be honest. I'm looking for some real critical feedback here.
Huh. So I can go from 1 to 5. So just having a third option, did it improve the game in any capacity? I'm feeling a 4.
Okay, so we're getting somewhere. Clearly there's something here that speaks to you. If I can be honest here, I really don't have any idea where I'm going with this. This whole third door thing was just a stab in the dark. But I guess you're into it, so let's keep this party train rolling. Here, based on the data from your previous playthrough, I've compiled a new version. And to be perfectly candid, I think I've knocked it out of the park with this one. Let's take a look.
And now there's a world leaderboard. 91,000 doors open, doors attempted, steps taken, indies achieved, doors closed, awards won. 21.3% of players skipped the intro sequence, only 30% of players choose the blue door, 98.9% of players. What? I was reading that. Why not ask one error friend list empty? 98.9% of players are more attractive than Stanley. This is your superior. A dead Red's offline. Jesus. No, that's a bit too dreadful.
Now, would you say that competitive leaderboard helped you feel motivated to keep walking through doors? Again, honest answers, please.
Honestly, that kind of offended me for some of the information, so I'm gonna put a 2.
Hey, I nearly forgot. I've got a prototype of a new game I've been working on, and now would be a lovely opportunity to give it some playtesting.
Oh no.
You wouldn't mind taking a look at it, would you? Perfect. Let me boot it up.
Ah, great. That's the baby game.
In this game, the baby crawls left towards danger. You click the button to move him back to the right, and if he reaches the fire, you fail. It's a very meaningful game, all about the desperation and tedium of endlessly confronting the demands of family life. I think the art world will really take notice. But of course, the message of the game only becomes clear once you've been playing it for about 4 hours. So why don't you give it 4 hours of play to make sure it's effective? Be sure to keep notes on your experience.
Okay, so I should say right now that there is, and I'm not gonna do this because honestly, it's really grueling to just have to play play this for 5 hours straight. There is an ending if you actually commit to the bit and just take all the 5 hours and playing this, and it gets just worse because you get more buttons to do and they all have different timers. So there is an ending. Can we get some barbecue sauce on the baby? I'll at least attempt a few times, but sure. Also, I forgot to mention, the button does this enormous, very annoying sound if you press it. And your time is not gonna get any faster if you press it more. You know what? Let's edge a bit. Let's. Yeah, let's let the baby burn. I'm not gonna attempt. I might attempt this as some.
Bastard. Did you do it because you hate babies or purely to spite me? Because if it's the latter, well, I don't know what to do. I'm completely out of ideas. I can't think of a single thing that might improve the experience for me. I'm not even going to try. I'm out. I'm done. It's over. Thank you for playing. Your input was extremely valuable. Oh, hey, since my game was so awful, why don't we play someone else's game? Just to ease the pain. Let's see. What do we have here?
Oh?
Yes. This seems like it'll work. Let's give it a shot.
Now, okay, I will try to pause it before it begins because it was a different game actually. Unless it actually plays that game instead. Because you see, when you do this ending and after the baby and you fail it, and he loads up another game, it used to load Minecraft, like just a small version of Minecraft. But it doesn't work. And I mean, I think the narrator like builds a dirt house and then you get inside of it and then you get closed up and then the game restarts, I think. But in this one, it's way more improved because there's references to other games. This might take a bit because of the laggy. Okay, so normally what would happen is that it would load Minecraft, but in this new version, the Ultra Deluxe, it loads up Firewatch, which is actually a game that I want to try eventually. It's basically another game that's supposed that tells a story of a guy that's going through, well, running from his life roughly. He had separation. No, he broke up with his wife, and he decided to become a firewatch, guard, like a forest guard. Then there's a whole story that's unveiled by that, and that's what the Stanley Parable is referencing right now.
Aha! Fascinating. What do you think this game is about, Stanley? What's our backstory? What is our motivation? Well, it seems obvious to me that you are meant to play as a creepy man spying on innocent civilians below you from up high in your creep tower, perhaps for some sort of twisted erotic purpose. Yes, that must be it. What a fascinating venture into the experience of total mental depravity. So far, I love everything about this game, Stanley, and it seems there's even more. Come, let's venture outward and see what else is out there.
Oh, they even used the freaking old door sound. That's cute. But what the narrator doesn't know is that this game is tainted. Tainted with the blood of open world games. It is open for exploration. Finally, I can be free.
No, it can't be.
I have to go. Let me explore.
It is. It's an open world game. Good
Yes.
God, quickly, block it off.
Ah.
Oh,
God damn it.
thank goodness, Stanley. What a close call. You nearly wandered off into that thing, that big, open, just wandering around, no right or wrong directions, no path to follow. You can just go in any... Oh, thank heavens we avoided it. We're out of the woods now, Stanley. Okay, I'm going to get us out of here. Let's find another game. Preferably something with walls. Something with nice, big, insurmountable walls. Okay, I think this will be just the thing.
Now I wonder if it's gonna be another loading time. Now this is actually gonna reference in the game. It might be. It's actually not that, complex of a game. It's actually a very simple one. And I'll do this twice, and I'll do this one twice. I know it takes a bit, but I'll do this one twice because there is an ending if I get inside the goal. Here we are. Rocket League.
Wonderful. See, this is exactly what I had in mind. Just a nice big box for you to run around in. There isn't any possibility that you could get lost here. Now this is game design. Stanley, if you manage to get lost in this game, I will be phenomenally impressed.
So yes, this is
Okay, so what exactly do we do here? Let's see. There are lots of cars here in the back, but obviously there's no racetrack. Okay, I'm seeing that there's a ball of some kind back here. Is this game sports ball? Stanley, I think it's sports ball. Oh, what fun. We shall run the bases and do a touchdown together.
It's not sports
Yeah,
down, it's
I think surely
football,
we must.
but with cars.
Okay, Stanley, here's the ball. Have fun.
Oh, they actually gave me the ball from Rocket League, and I can actually push it with my body.
Are you doing it? Are you winning? Is this fun? Is it better than my miserable little story that I worked
Wait,
so
time
hard
to
on?
time
Stanley,
to
I have a
slam
thought.
a
And I realize I'm not a
Schleebly.
sportsologist, but if one ball generates a certain amount of raw adrenal pleasure, then surely multiple balls makes for an even more euphoric sports experience. I'm going to try it out. Here comes another ball.
I didn't even mark a goal yet. Yes, Rocket
Goodness,
League.
That really does feel amazing, doesn't it? Stanley, I'm like a child in a confectionery shop. I
Let me
simply
mark
have
goal,
to have more.
please.
I'm insatiable. More balls.
There's way too many balls. I barely make a goal. God damn it. There's way too many balls for me to handle. God damn it. Let me mark a goal.
Are you enjoying this, Stanley? Are you
I'm
having
trying to
fun?
mark a goal,
Is this a real video game? Well, I sure hope you're having a good time, because guess what? It's over. That's right. Your
the
little
fucker
fun
didn't
comes
even
to an
mark a
end.
goal.
This is my game, and what I say goes. You get to have fun when I let you, Stanley. Besides, you need someone like me to set boundaries for you. Without rules or boundaries, video games are nothing. Yes, that's what I am. I'm structure. I'm your sense of purpose. And since you decided you didn't want to play my game, now I don't want to play with you either. So, goodbye, Stanley. I'm leaving. See how you like it when I'm not around to set the rules. Somehow, I don't think you'll enjoy it as much. But who knows? You're an inventive kid. You'll come up with something. After all, you're the one who knows best. Take care, Stanley.
Well, you know what? Know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna throw me off the goal. Throw myself on the
Hold
goal.
on. What are you doing?
I'm being inventive. Isn't that what you suggested, Mr. Narrator? Can't handle that many balls.
Stanley, don't do that. I can't follow you there. I can't help you. How will you write a story without me? You can't do it. You know that. Stanley, come back.
Well, great. I guess we are off of the narrator's grasp. And I just fell off the world again. Is it gonna make me fall infinitely? Not really. I just fell into here. Okay. Just a lot of doors. Somehow I keep feeling that, like, one of them is just gonna have a jump scare at some point. No, it's not the case, but still. Oh, the two open doors. Was this like a beta version of the game? Perhaps a beta version of what the Stanley Parable is supposed to do? Supposed to be, rather. Yeah, I think this is the beta of what the game was supposed to be. So there wasn't no doors here, there wasn't no PCs. And now you find GLaDOS. I wish. What?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
Well, okay, I guess we restarted the ending.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach, giddy in a way he had never known before. Was it this room? A connection between the two? Could a man love a room? I mean, truly, truly, deeply, madly, love. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Okay, I'll take the first open door on my left.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Well, what if I go to this thing?
But Stanley didn't want to go back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now in order to get back, he needed to go, from here it's, left.
Okay.
Oh, no, it's to the right, my mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh dear, would you hold on for a minute, please?
Narrator, you good there?
Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay. Why is there a car here, though? That's supposed to be built inside the room?
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Okay. Put a glory hole inside the lodge. Fair enough.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Still making sure that take a look at all the screens. So I want to get these inputs. Wait,
Stanley... Wait.
what the? Thanks for the hydrate.
No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Or did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Okay. Let's find the story. Jeez, that's so many branching paths. I have no idea where to go first. It's like the back rooms. That doesn't make it any better. Wait, that just goes back here. Okay, that just...
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
Okay, a restart.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I think during these endings I can get the other screens. Wait, there's...
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong.
There's
It's
supposed
possible
to be
the
a
story
door
is
here.
back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
I mean, I guess. I can't open anything else.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
I think this is an...
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
Okay, I'm trusting you, narrator. What the? We weren't supposed to be here.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest, I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win. Some people win fair and square, and this was not one of those situations. Okay, I'm getting weirded out by whatever this place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
Okay, I guess. This is getting weirder by the second.
All right, I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Sure, we can follow the line. Is there anything that needs to turn off? There is. Wait, any inputs here? Here, no. Oh, now... Okay, I guess we'll follow the line.
You see, the line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay. Now, if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office, in fact, the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct?
You missed the PC.
Hang on. That got a bit weird.
I don't think they apply
Well,
for
I'd like
this
to
one.
apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
I know what yes! The Adventure Line track. That's a very epic music. Just follow the line. Whatever it may take us. It seems to be taking us to somewhere very... Okay, it's actually going all over the place. Jesus. What? That's a big exclamation mark. So epic! Annual reviews, monthly ledgers, corporate imbalances, consolation reports, department accounts, financial records. Now wait a second! This room doesn't make any sense! Like, if I go this way, it just goes all the way over. What the heck? Room employee 432 peer review. Jesus. Whatever 432 did was not good. Wait, this room was way bigger. Okay. I swear to God, there was a way longer room here. You guys saw it. Jesus. This guy's going all over the place.
Wait, cut the music. go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
I'm tempted to... You know what? I'll take a screenshot. I think it's F12. Yep, I took a screenshot. Yeah, now I will remember about the fern.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Wait, but which line am I supposed to follow then? If I follow this one, we're just gonna start all over again. Are we?
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you
I
have
think
done
this
to
line
us
should be on the
after we
road,
trusted you.
and the
After
one
everything
drawing
we've been
it
through,
was on drugs at
No, I
here.
can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Okay, I guess we're restarting again. That's way too weird. Okay, let's take the screen. Okay, first, take a look at all the screens. That's fine. This one.
You know what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
On door 437, which is 10 numbers over mine. Okay, sure.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination.
The only thing I've
Whatever
imagined
it might
is
be,
that...
Stanley, I'm ready for it.
Okay, this is a... You guys have seen this, right? Like... Did we end up in the same place? Oh, okay, no. This is where we started. So, imagine this room in 3D. Then we take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 turns! How does that make sense?
Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Okay, I'll try not acknowledging it, although it's just being painted all over the... Okay.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door.
I'm sorry if anyone
that
gets
leads
dizzy by
here.
me just
and that
spinning in this room.
means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
And I can't even take the left door. And even if that's the case, the choice was meaningless. Both doors took to the same place. Okay, so basically, this I actually had to look it up. This is the confusion ending. So if you see here, now before the... I'm staying here because I don't want the narrator to trigger the thing. It basically tells whatever is happening. Whatever happened to this thing. So, okay, this... Deviate from the maintenance room, end up in the monitor room, narrator restarts the game. Discover the 2 doors room now has many additional doors. Aimlessly wandering, narrator restarts. Second restart. The office now is a dead end. Turn around, find another dead end, end up in another building, narrator restarts the game. Third restart. Adventure line, nonsense philosophic and music. Now return to the office, return to the monitor room, 4th restart. Adventure into unexplored territory, find the line again, find the confusion ending schedule, narrator restarts the game, 5th restart. Narrator forgets about the previous restarts. Stanley attempts to play the story, but it is prevented. Unable to go anywhere or do anything, the game restarts on its own. 6th restart. Find the line again. Begin following the line. Find an identical replica of the office that has begun to deteriorate. Attempt to make up a story here. Narrator restarts the game. 7 restart. There is no longer an office, simply a black space.
Hold up, what's this?
Wander in the blackness, find a bookstore, get bored and leave.
confusion
Narrator
ending.
restarts the
You're
game. 8th
telling me
restart, then when the narrator
what
is
this
gone,
is?
after a long,
It's all
long
one
time,
giant ending?
Stanley dies.
And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait. You know, I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story. Wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination. So I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime, if you...
I thought that was gonna be louder. Okay, so what's next? It's already, oh, it's just 11. I forgot that I started earlier. Let's see, space, art, games, phone choice work I did, confusion I did. Now I think it's just the right door that I need. I think I already exhausted everything on the left door. No, now it's the left. Oh, the broom closet. I haven't seen the broom closet.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, so I'll have to say I'm kind of lost on like what's the whole thing. Not whole thing. I don't know how to reach the other ending, so I just pulled up the fandom, and there's a bit of a graph here. Wait, do I not just need to type the thing? Is that it? It says that it changes.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Data, audio, video, rows. Wait, how do I? Wait, let me quit the menu. Okay, I'll have to close the game for a second, but That is because I need to enable a thing for one of the endings. It'll be a quick thing. Okay, properties. So just need to put console. Okay, about just let's see if this works. Is it getting boring? I mean, I like the game. I just want to make sure that please enter the current time. Okay, now it's 11:07. No, it'll make sense in a bit. Hang on, hang on. Before we get started, can I just say something? Thank you for actually setting the clock both times you booted up the game. A lot of people don't take the step seriously. They just leave the clock set at 12 p.m. and call it a day. But you're actually taking the time to set the clock, and I appreciate that. That's how I know that you care about this experience and you're paying attention. I don't even have any way of knowing if the times you're setting are correct. I'll tell you what, I'll make you a deal. Since you've been so cooperative, next time you boot up the game and see this screen, just set the clock to your favorite time. Go ahead, pick whichever time you want, even if it's not the correct time. You've earned it. Alright, I'll let you get back to the video game now. Okay, so let's begin the game, and hopefully I can do this.
This is
Okay, let's skip it. Oh, come on, but how do I enable this? Enable console. What? But I did. Side scroll down till you see the game name. The press will be two sides type. The tilde. Okay, I was pressing the wrong button. Okay, Lich, I know it's kind of weird, but trust me, it's gonna work. So what? Quit the menu. Is it gonna let me now? It's not tilde? I'll have to properties. Do I have to type it some way? Maybe dev console? Dev Space console. Okay, let's try it again. If anything, I needed to get the game opening. I'm trying to get the cheat ending. Does any involves me opening up the game using the okay. This game was made in the okay. So first of all, this game was made using the same engine that Valve uses on his games, which means that you can access it, but can access the dev console by pressing a button. And one of the endings has to do with me inputting that. I think design should be on the. No, no, I already read that. Okay, so now it's just set up a time that I like. Time that I like, I think it would be 2 p.m. No, 2 to 3 p.m. Let's put a 2:45. Ah, 2:45 p.m. Your favorite time of the day. Or could you simply not resist giving me the correct time again? After all, I know how much you enjoy setting the time correctly. Okay, now I'm curious how accurate 2:45 p.m. is. Let's use another slider to find out. How accurate 2:45 p.m. is. If you mean like correlated to the time right now, it's very inaccurate. Because now it's 11. You know, can I just say, regardless of the accuracy of the clock, I'm having a great time adjusting these settings. I feel like I'm learning more about you and how you like things to be set. It's good to collect data. I wish we had more sliders, but we've gone through all the sliders I have. Perhaps, can I invent some new sliders to get new data for you? It shouldn't be too hard. Yeah, let's me whip it up a couple of ones now. Should be ready by the next time you boot up the game. There's a whole ending related to this. Oh, Leon! Hi! I'm sorry we can't, no throwing stuff today. The game doesn't like me having VTuber Plus on. Sorry. Why is it not letting me enable the cheats? No, that's not it. Do I need to enable this on the settings? Vibrations, subtitle size. I really don't know how to enable this. Well, none of this is happening. Ah, great. Good to see you, Leon. We're playing some of the Stanley Parable, but apparently the thing doesn't want to work with me. Ah, damn it. Pause break. I guess we're not gonna get this ending, but there is an ending that involves me enabling the developer console on the launch options, and then using the developer console to put SV cheats 1, and then it would be a whole ass ending about me trying to cheat off the game by using SV cheats. Do you know what else doesn't work? What doesn't work? My closet like the bulb explode. The bulb? Wait, like out of nowhere? I mean, I'm sorry, Leon. Sorry to hear that. Oh wait, there is an ending if I just do this.
But Stanley simply couldn't handle the pressure. What if he had to make a decision? What if a crucial outcome fell under his responsibility? He had never been trained for that. No. This couldn't go any way except badly. The thing to do now,
Was
Stanley thought to
replaced.
himself,
Oh, okay.
is to wait.
Also, thanks for the
Nothing will
hydrate.
hurt
Oh,
me.
hi, Wayward.
Nothing will break me. In here I can be happy forever. I will be happy. Stanley waited. Hours passed, then days. Had years gone by? He no longer had the ability to tell. But the one thing he knew for sure, beyond any doubt, was that if he waited long enough, the answers would come. Eventually, someday, they would arrive. Soon, very soon now, this will end. He will be spoken to. He will be told what to do. Now it's just a little bit closer. Now it's even closer. Here it comes.
And that's a restart. Okay. I don't know how long it'll take for me to get to the new content. I think they want me to go through all of the...
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, I guess I'll go into the broom closet. Oh! Well, there's a new content, but I don't want to do it right now. Yeah, the new content's already available, I guess. Let me do this.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, actually I have to ask. I know that only Lich was here, but would you guys mind if I did most of the endings? It's not that I wasn't planning to do all of it right now. I won't mind. At least the first part of the Stanley Parable, because there's a whole other list of endings that is related to an item that I will only receive after I go through the new content thing. But would you guys want to see me going through the rest of the endings? I think the only ones so let me see. I did the right door. So the hallway, so maintenance to the confusion ending, then the cargo door to the death, work and choice endings done. The cargo there's the death ending on the catwalk, then the space ending on the blue and red door choice, then the art ending that's played for 4 hours. I'm not gonna do that, at least not today. And the game's ending, already did that. The insane ending I haven't done yet, neither the escape pod. The third time's the elevator thing. Then there's the museum, the bomb, the life ending already. It was the first one. The secret disco. Oh, the secret disco. The only thing I can't do is just the whiteboard and the series. Well, the series I can because I can't figure out how to enable the freaking developer console. The whiteboard, it's a chance thing, and the heaven, I need to get the inputs. Okay, I guess I'll go to the right, and I'll get the death ending, just to get it out of the way.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really... But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
So now, all I have to do is just to go through this
Stanley
and
was so
actually
bad at
fall to
following
my death.
directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on
Let's
the wrong
pretend
foot
that I'm
here.
gonna go to
I'm
the
not
catwalk
sure,
and I
you
just
really are
miss.
not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you... But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Well, thanks.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, let's just go through this. New content, not going through this? Yeah, but it's a thing, I know.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Oh, guess what? We're gonna do the broom closet ending, and that's one of the best. Hell yeah. At least one of the more funny ones.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
Okay, now we wait.
There was nothing here. No choice to make, no path to follow, just an empty broom closet. No reason to still be here.
Well, yes, there is a reason. Oh, actually, there's an engineer range?
It was baffling that Stanley was still just sitting in the broom closet. He wasn't even doing anything. At least if there was something to interact with, he'd be justified in some way. As it is, he's literally just standing there doing sweet FA.
Really, FA? Sweet fuck all?
Are you really still in the broom closet?
Yes.
Standing around doing nothing? Why?
Because yes.
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Because yes, that's the reason. I just want to stay in a broom closet.
You do realize there's no choice or anything in here, right? If I'd said Stanley walked past the broom closet, at least you would have had a reason for exploring it to find out. But it didn't even occur to me because literally this closet is of absolutely no significance to the story whatsoever. I never would have thought to mention it.
Well, now it is, because I interacted with it, and I'm still in it. So it is.
Maybe to you this is somehow its own branching path. Maybe when you go talk about this with your friends, you'll say, "Oh, did you get the broom closet ending? The broom closet ending was my favourite." I hope your friends find this
I love how
concerning.
British he is. Yes, I love the broom closet ending. It's my
Stanley was fat
favorite.
and ugly and really, really stupid. He probably only got the job because of a family connection. That's how stupid he is. That or with drug money. Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers.
How about you
Well,
blow
I've
up
come to
this
a
one,
very
mate?
definite conclusion about what's going on right now. You're dead. You got to this
I'm
broom
dead?
closet, explored
Oh
it
my
a bit,
God, I'm
and were
dead?
just about to leave because
No
there's
one
nothing
there that
here,
told me that I'm
when
dead.
A physical malady of some
How
sort
rude of
shut
them.
down your central nervous system, and you collapsed on the keyboard. Well, in a situation like this, the responsible thing is to alert someone nearby so as to ensure that your body is taken care of before it begins to decompose. Hello? Anyone who happens to be nearby? The person at this computer is dead. They have fallen prey to any number of your countless human physiological vulnerabilities. It's indicative of the long-term sustainability of your species. Please remove their corpse from the area and instruct another human to take their place, making sure they understand basic first-person video game mechanics and filling them in on the history of narrative tropes in video gaming, so that the irony and insightful
And you are
commentary of
addicted to
this
drugs
game
and hookers.
is not lost on them. All right, when you've done that, just step out into the hallway.
Okay, I can do that? Okay.
Ah, second player, it's good to have you on board. I guarantee you can't do any worse than the person who came before you.
Well, thanks? You know what? No, I will do worse.
You too? Unbelievable. I'm at the mercy of an entire species of invalids. Perhaps there's a monkey nearby you can hand the controls to. A fish? Fungus? Look, you can hammer out the details. I'm not particularly picky. I'll just be waiting for when you're ready to pick up the story again.
Okay, there's no more interaction if I keep coming in and out of the room. Okay, I think now if I go down, I'll go to the insane ending. Okay.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Well, you know what? I'll walk downstairs. Oh shit, there's a red. It's a red light here.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment.
Such a
for
beautiful...
no reason
It
at all.
is.
None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Wait, where are my feet?
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground.
What
Then
the?
he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself?
What the?
Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment and my wife and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay.
And he wakes up. No! No! No!
Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice?
Oh my god, am I
Who
real?
am I? And everything went black.
What?
This is the story of a woman named Mariella.
Mariella?
Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk. And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day, the very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Oh, how rude. She just ran, not even bothered to call an ambulance, I swear. Some people, you know. Okay, so now most of the other ones are just related to the boss's office. So let's do that one.
All of his
I think
co-workers
we'll
were
do the
gone.
rest of the
What could it mean?
endings since they're
Stanley decided
quick.
to go to the meeting room.
And
Perhaps he
I'll
had simply
call it
missed
a
a
night.
memo.
I hope you guys are enjoying this. It is a really oh, I think it reset. I think I need to do them in order. So first is in 419. Then then the second ending on 423. Then I need to do on the boss's assistant desk. Then 434, and then Stanley's desk for one of the endings. Guess I just reset myself. Okay.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Okay, so door on the left. Just proceed with the story. So for the people that just got in here, we're doing the Stanley Parable, which is a choose-your-own-adventure book, but made into a game. It's based. This is the Ultra Deluxe version, which is based on the 2013 version of the game. I believe the 2013 version is still available, and some of the endings have been modified, as well as, you know, the whole new content thing. But I will leave the new content for perhaps another day of streaming, because most of the endings in that case require me to have a thing that I will only get after I access the new content. Yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Oh no, not again. I won't be part of this. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm not going to say anything at all. I'm just going to be patient and wait for you to finish whatever it is you enjoy doing so much in this room. Please take your time.
Yeah, I just wanted to piss him off.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, so now I just need to go to the boss's office. And I think I just need to do the... Do I do the secret disco? You know what? Sure, I'll do the secret disco. Do I? Yeah, I will.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known that. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
I think there is one more ending that involves the elevator. But first, I want to get to there's actually two endings on the mind control facility. But for that one, yeah, I think we can do both. Although that one's actually a bit more of a niche. Well, both are Easter
Descending
eggs,
deeper into
really.
the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
So the first one,
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I will. Then I'll turn on the lights.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
No, I don't want to do this
What
one yet.
horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Now I open this one up.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Employee number 427. And now the last one that I need to press, which is the elevator.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
Now we wait. I think I need just to wait a minute for this. It's gonna take a bit. Oh, it did. Okay. So now I go back. All the way back to the first button. And now if I press it again, something magical is gonna happen. Yes! Never give up on your dreams. The secret mode engaged. Secret room 2014. Secret of the year every year. High resolution secret textures. You'll never go secret. Secret, secret, secret. Happy secret to you. And it is way more beautiful than how it used to be. I actually wanted to find a video. Once you go secret, you never go back. Go Secret Rangers. Disco Secret? William hides the best secret. It's really nice. Actually, you know what? I can show both. So this is the first secret. Just going back here and looking at the secret room. But now, what am I going to do? And this is actually, I think you'll explain it better. But all I have to do is just to glitch out and fall out of the... Yeah.
Aha! You've made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. Welcome! You see, back when the Stanley Parable first launched in 2013, getting to the bottom of the mind control facility was a bug that we simply didn't catch during development. And you all sent us lots of photos of it on Twitter and acted very superior about it. And you're all very, very clever. Good for you. Anyway, when it came time to update the game, we knew that we had to do something about this little goof of ours. So here you go. New content. You can call it the bottom of the mind control room ending, if that enhances your perception of the value of these updates. Isn't that what you crave? New content? Always more content, more content, more. And I'm here to give it to you. I'm here to make it seem like we really covered every nook and cranny of the game with secrets and Easter eggs. How about this? We wrote a new piece of music just for this
They
session.
actually
You
did.
won't hear it anywhere else in the game. It's a secret that's just for you. That's how special you are. We call this track, Good Job You've Made It to the Bottom of the Mind Control Facility. Well done.
Wait, the secret room?
Good job, you did it. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Good job, you made it to the bottom of the mind control facility. You jumped on the catwalk. You should have been careful. You should have been careful. It used to be a bug, but now it's an ending. Now it's an ending. And I believe in you. I believe in your ability to cross this barrier and chase your dreams. But railings don't mean anything. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job.
It may not look like it, but I'm actually jamming. Like just jamming my head left and right. Really awesome.
Good job, you did it.
Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. Good job, you did it. And it just reloads. Wait, but you mean the secret room like the... Wait, what secret room you mean? After this one, there is the museum, then the bomb, and then the escape pod. Okay, there's 3 more.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay, second input. I think we can even achieve the heaven ending too. Okay, not going through the new content yet.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, whatever.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Well, great, he
Stanley
closed
decided
the
to go
room
up
closet.
to his
God
boss's
damn it.
office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, for this one, we just have to...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate
got the
for
8
clues
ending.
to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad,
Okay, at least I
Stanley
got
happened
the
to
8
input the
achievement,
correct
which is just to
code by
press,
sheer luck.
keep
Amazing.
pressing the 8.
He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, I guess we'll do the museum then. The museum is... Actually, I want to see about this elevator one. No, I'll see about the elevator one. My secret room... Oh, if you would make a secret room for myself, what would it look like? You mean like just a room that only one person could, like only a person with specific doing something specific would be able to access? I would probably hide something there. Like, just imagine like a man cave, like a small man cave, like let's say a couch, a TV, a console game, like maybe a table with a with a computer and such, like a small man cave. But at the top of the coffee table, I would place a very powerful weapon there, even if it's just for decoration. And then say, "Hey, you managed to find my secret. Well, guess what, fucko? You get yourself a new weapon. You better use it carefully because you can't find any one of those around." Something like that. I don't know what it would be, but maybe like a super soaker that fires fire or something? Maybe. But it would be like a very small man cave, just a little cubicle, not a cubicle, but like big enough that one person would be comfortable in. Big, but not gigantic, like the size of like 2 or 3 rooms, like very big. Not just one room. With a couch, TV, maybe a computer, some stuff like a fridge to store some drinks. Yeah, that would be my secret room. And I would totally hide a super soaker that fires fire. That would be funny. Okay, I feel like it's...
Whoops. Nope. Never mind. Stanley actually got back into the elevator and went back up. Silly me. Why did Stanley do that when he knew that it would just lead back to his boss's office? Well, that's a great question. I just can't wait to find out.
Is it gonna go through the same loading screen?
Here we are, Stanley. It's your boss's office. Exactly the way it was before you got onto the elevator. It's still just exactly what it is. What a decision you've made to come up here and look at the office again. This has fleshed out the plot of the story in new and fascinating ways I could have never anticipated. It's that keen eye for storytelling that you have, an incisive rapid fire of critical plot points, one after the other, weaving a rich tapestry of uncompromising narrative. Wow! I'm bolted to the edge of my seat. Incredible. Now he's getting back into the elevator and going down again. Ladies and gentlemen, how does he keep coming up with all of this?
It might take a bit, but I think I think now I got the gist of it. So second.
Did you think we were going to go forward down the spooky corridor? No. It's time once again to go back up in the elevator. I can't even begin to grapple with what might be up there. Is it the boss's office again? Or what if it's the boss's office this time? The suspense is killing me.
This is actually funny. Actually kind of sped up the animation too. They didn't even bother to close the doors too.
Oh my God. It's the boss's office. This absolutely changes everything for me. Give me a time out here for a minute while I process this.
Please wait. Oh, that's funny. They actually have one of these? Okay, a genuine question. Did anyone ever saw
ready.
one of those? Like one of those
to
birds that
embrace
just
this
peck on the
stunning
water?
revelation and to move forward with... No, wait. No, I need more time to process.
Okay, so this bird that just pecks on some kind of liquid. Has anyone ever seen a real one of those? I actually would buy one if I could. I really think that he's just playing with my head right now.
All right, I have fully come to terms with it. I have made space in my worldview for this astonishing new reality. As before, I turn to your expert eye for gripping narrative, Master
Not
Stanley.
in real life. Okay, now going.
Of course. Going back down in the elevator. How did I not anticipate it? I mean, sure, now it's obvious, but you have to understand that 30 seconds ago, this kind of thing had never been attempted before. I had no frame of reference to even anticipate it. That's just how revelatory Stanley's decision-making is. A breath of fresh air in a landscape of storytelling that has grown stale and repetitive.
Now, I believe if I go up again, it'll do a whole scene. What would look nice is a jellyfish lamp. Jellyfish lamp? I think have I seen one of those? Sounds familiar.
You know what? I've just thought of something. Hold on, let's stop for a moment. Don't you realize? It's the anticipation, Stanley. You and I, we have no way of knowing what will be at the top of this elevator. But the suspense, the agony of waiting and anticipating and having to guess, that's the real thrill. Oh, I simply don't want to let that feeling go. It's so precious, so fleeting. Why don't we take this elevator ride nice and slow? There we go. Isn't this so much more exciting? You know, Stanley, it seems like nowadays the only thing that audiences want is to be shocked as loudly and frequently as possible. They want big, explosive moments flung right in their faces from the very moment that things get started. But where's the tension? Where's the trust in the audience to build a slow and nuanced appreciation for the story, the characters? Why aren't we given time to imagine the surprises, to have to think and to anticipate, and then to marvel at the eventual reveal? This is storytelling, Stanley. What you and I are doing right now. This is the most exciting narrative to be developed in years, and it's really all because of you. You're the one who took this bold step of revisiting the exact same locations over and over. Truly, I mean it. This is unique and different. It's not like anything else out there. You see, I want stories that surprise me, Stanley. I want to have to think. I want to be engaged and not pandered to. We're being fed such unimaginative drivel all the time, and we all know it, which is why we're so starved for content that makes us feel sharp and vital and alive. That's why people like you so much, Stanley, because you're not afraid to spit in the face of tradition. You're a role model, you know? People look up to you. Which is why... Oh, I didn't know when to spring this on you, but, well, I've gathered a little press conference for you.
A
so
press
that you
conference?
can talk about your work and your storytelling and your life. Yes, I know you're not much for the public eye, but I thought it would especially mean a lot to the people who have been following you from the beginning. They really look up to you, Stanley. I don't know if you realize the impact you have on them. This is the kind of gesture that might leave a tremendous impact on them for the better. Oh, good, we're here. Okay, the room where we're holding the press conference should be just around the corner here somewhere.
All eyes on Stanley, live on stage. World's healthiest human being, all tricks revealed. How we did it, the pyramids. Live, the guy who went to Mars. That wasn't the guy who went to Mars, that's Elon Musk. The guy that's also ruining Twitter, but that's for another day, of course. An evening with World Peace Baby.
Ah, yes, here it is, just through this door.
A Q&A with the world's first sentient machine.
All right, are you ready? I've told them you're going to speak a little bit about the nature of surprise in storytelling and what it means to craft a truly unpredictable narrative. Oh, don't worry, you'll do great. Just be yourself and speak from the heart. I'm really proud of you, Stanley. Okay, it looks like they're ready for you. Go get 'em.
Up again, down again, the Stanley story. The storyteller. Stanley reveals all in his new book. What's this? I can't read it. I can't zoom it. Congratulations, Stanley. Remember where you came from. Your co-workers. Stanley and Dad, age 6. I was on Mars too. The museum employees didn't like it. What? Oh, God damn it. That was funny. God damn it, Lynn. That was funny. Okay, but where do I go exactly? I guess... Oh, I guess up there. Okay. Oh, I didn't see these guys. Let's see what's saying. Doing great. A conversation with Alexander the Great. Of course they're doing great. Okay, guy went to Mars. The Lord. What about this one? An audience with the dude who came up with pizza. Guys, this is the guy that came up with pizza. This is the guy that blessed our lives with the beauty that is pizza. My guy. Hell yeah. I can't read the last one. The Lord. I wish there was a zoom in button, but there isn't. But I guess. Jeez, they actually gathered an audience, huh? There's a lot of people. They want to down then up, then down then up, then down then up again. Presented by Stanley. Oh god, I guess that was too much for Stanley. Oh, Stanley. Okay, now I need to actually go to the boss's assistant
All
desk.
of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
There's no way to go faster here. There's no sprint button.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. The moment he entered his manager's office, Stanley froze in his tracks. Not a living soul anywhere. Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming new age music.
My hero is a guy gal who invented cheese. Yo. The guy invented cheese. Yes, we must never forget the originals.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Oh fuck, I forgot about the input. Shit. Oh great, I'll reset the next one. Okay, we're just going down this time. I think I'll do the bomb. And that's actually the second ending that actually goes bad. Oh great, he just spawns us here.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control.
He doesn't know a single
Never.
thing.
It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Oh, he doesn't know. That is not a case. I don't want to release them. I want to take control myself. I want to feel like God!
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control?
Yes! I want to control
Stanley,
them. I want to control them
hope
all!
I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes.
Well, it was a good try, Bongo, but... Oh, hi, Phoenix!
It's your time to shine.
Okay,
You are the
we have a
star.
little time
It's
to...
your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is.
Oh,
More
that's
time
4.
to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated?
Hi, Darth.
I'm in a good mood. You're
You
gonna
chose the
die
path
anyway.
of power
I'll
of
tell you
domination.
exactly
You
what
make a
happened
fine
to
example. It means to
I
be a Sith.
erased them. I turned off the machine.
Yes.
I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left.
Oh, shit.
But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons, no, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button, or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you.
Okay.
That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless, to see you made humble. This is not a challenge, it's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say,
I'm trying all the but. Shit. That went faster than I thought. Guess that's how little life means for some people, huh? Damn me. Yeah, it doesn't let me access the console.
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
Oh god, yeah, they are referencing the thing. Awesome. Is it retaining? Okay, I guess we'll do the...
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door.
I will. There's just 2 more endings I want to do before going to bed. I will.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, input received. Now I just need to do desk 434 and then Stanley's. Okay, so do I do the... No, I'll do the...
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Kill surprise.
Kill surprise. Is it Q? Did it say kill, but is it Q? Like Q the surprise? I think eventually they will do the speedrunner ending. Okay, so instead of this one,
ahead through the large door that read
go
Mind
to escape.
Control Facility. Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death. The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track. At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
Jeez. Okay, just then one more that I do the escape pod and lastly the heaven ending. Then that's the whiteboard.
As the machine whirred into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
What?
Farewell, Stanley. cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Okay? The Stanley Parable.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
We're
When
here.
every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Stanley's computer. Wait, you're telling me that I could have accessed this ending from here? Don't think I could. Just a bunch of nature printings. Office layout. This blueprint shows the office from the beginning of the game. The path of Stanley's office to the two doors was the first part of the game that was built. Sections have been added in an effort and altered throughout development, though the core layout remains almost identical to the first iteration. And it still kind of looks like that one corridor that we faced. I want to think that one corridor was just like the early version of this one, because there was still a door that led to room number 427, but it was way shorter to go to the two doors. The pacing of this opening section was important to get right. This corridor has been moved and altered to make sure the player reaches the two doors in a good time. Apparently not enough for the speed run, but still. The two doors. A set of two open doors was the very first concrete piece of the Stanley Parable's design. Once this room was created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it, an exploration of the contradiction this room posed. The contradiction of just choice in general? The offices. Button sounds. Selection of the sounds used throughout the game when buttons are pressed. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tune. Huh. What the? Cell! Oh my god, Cell! I was gonna read you! Oh my god, hello! Hello, Raiders. Welcome to the stream. I hope that you had a fun stream. So welcome to Postmortem TV, your TV station from the afterlife. I'm Bongo, and I'll be your host for today. And today I'm finally exploring the Stanley Parable. I was actually kind of wrapping it up because there was still. Hello, everyone. Let me give you a shout out real quick. Oh my dear. Okay, Selvi on, remove the @ There you go. There's a Cell. Go follow Cell. Cell's cute. Cell's perfect. Cell's an awesome guy.
syncing?
I want to collab with Cell at some point, but still.
We're syncing.
Man, you guys play Gang Beasts?
Did you see Samyan fucking you? Oh, yeah.
Sylveon, get away from me, Sylveon.
This is my natural habitat. The lobster knows the ocean. It is the lobster's domain.
Oh, Fell Sins 195. Thank you so much for the follow, and I hope you enjoy your stay. So, I am kind of just going through the endings of the first part before going to the new content. So we basically did everything. So the only things I couldn't do was just do the serious ending, which requires me to get to the console to use the developer console. That still wasn't able to do that. Also, hi Bun, and I couldn't do the face punch texture change, and that's it. But everything else, I'm good. We've been enjoying this game. It's a lot there's a lot to say about the Stanley Parable, like how subversive it is, how grandiose and small it can be. And currently we are in the museum ending. We're still missing a bit. I'd love to hang out, but I gotta grab food real quick and go to work. Okay, Sal, it's totally fine. Still, thank you so much for the raid, and I hope you have a good dinner or lunch. I think it's dinner considering the time. Anyway, thanks so much for the lurks. Okay, I'll stop talking a bit. I'll continue exploring. Well, actually, I'll have to talk more because it's dinner. Yeah, I thought so. What's this? I can't read this, but it's basically just a frozen installation. The computers. I can turn this off too. Employee database. Credits. Written, design, develop, art director. Let me see if I can find the name. The impeccable Kevin Bright. Oh, Kevin Brighting as the narrator. That's the guy. Oh, Bon, thanks so much for the huggies. Thank you so much. I don't know if I can reach much from here. Oh, the maintenance room. An early version of the maintenance room. With still the beta textures. Oh, the copy machine. Some of the office decorations. Oh, the bottom of the might control facility. Yeah, that was a thing. We just had that. The fun. I didn't see that one. I guess that's an early version. Of course, the employee lounge and the soda machine. There was a the room 427 with a bunch of money. I missed a bunch of money. Huh. Warzone. Early in development, we designed an ending where Stanley would end up in a battlefield fighting aliens. The action game would become sentient. And would wage war against the narrator. We realized shortly after starting to build it that it was far too jokey and on the nose for the tone of the game. Plus, some people interpreted this as making fun of people who like shooters, which was not the intention. Man, I would actually like to see how this ending would be. I wonder if there's like a mod that restored this ending to some capacity. Maybe not, but still. The lounge, an early version of it. Oh, without the machine. More office decoration. From Ben Steger, subject gloves. Dear Strong Bad, how do you type in with boxing gloves on? Narrator emails. What did the lights in the control room do? I really want to know. After the second trailer we sent out, we asked people to email the narrator for questions. While we had initially planned to use these for the promotional materials, we never found the perfect use for them. Here are the section of those emails. Hi, Mr. Narrator Guy. I have a question for you, sir, and it's, what's your message for today? Sincerely, Harris. Final warning. There is a skeleton inside of you. There are more skeletons in this world than humans. Thank you and goodbye. Why would you send this kind of email to someone? Like, why? Like, okay, yes, there are... The apartment timer? The choice leading to the apartment linear timer would give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking up the phone will lead to a different ending. Oh! So before it wasn't a timer, huh? The cargo lift. The cargo lift was always intended to offer the choice of staying or jumping to a different path. However, after this early version, we decided we also wanted the option for the plane falling to their death. Cargo lift. The second version is functionally the same as it was in the final game, but we wanted to look more like a place where cargo was actually stored. This actually looks like something from Half-Life 2. I mean, it kind of makes sense considering that it was based on the Half-Life 2 engine, but still. What's this? Maintenance layout. The flow of hallways flowing to the first two doors was important to get right since players will play them so many times. We discussed a number of designs, but ultimately it was the simpler version that won. Huh. So the first one's just one option. So if you obey, there would only be a... Okay, the second has one option. The one doorway to the maintenance in the lounge. Second, two options, two doorways to the maintenance. The third was one doorways to the maintenance in the lounge and the original back on track option. And of course the confusing ending on the maintenance. And then what about a vent? Vent? You mean like an imposter vent? Okay, I really think that they didn't mean an imposter vent, but still, I just wanted to do the joke. What's this? Zending levers. These levers were originally a part of the zending. The player would pull a lever and the narrator would describe what color they had pulled. I kidding? I can't pull them? Would be nice if I could. Zending model. The Zending went through many iterations. This room represents the fourth version of the ending, and we thought it was complete, but decided to abandon it and change it again shortly before launch. The Zending. The screenshot depicts an early version of the ending known as the Zending, which was eventually cut and merged into another part of the game. The game is now paused. Begin the game again, resume the game options, return to the menu. For a long time we had an ending that only ended when the player restarted from the escape menu. Unfortunately, very few players realized this was what they were supposed to do, which was frustrating for everyone. There was a ending that just requires you to have to restart. I mean, there is, I guess, for the blue room, but still. Countdown room. An early version of the countdown room, and it was just... Why am I getting scared? There is nothing to get scared of here. Countdown desk. Now, one of the desks from the early version of the countdown ending. Okay, Freedom ending. This is Freedom ending as it existed in the beta. Game design mockup. This is the level that William, the level designer, sent Daves, the writer, as a kind of an audition piece. The strength of this level got William hired to design the full game. Though much of the environment has changed, the basic layout of this mock-up is still in the game. Oh yeah, that's before the employee number 427 room. Now, Stanley's office. From left to right, the evolution of Stanley's office over time. The first was created in November 2011, the second in March 2012, and the third on February 2013. So before it was just... yeah? Then a bigger table, then the tip, and then the same table, but everything is just a bit of a mess. I still would want to see that ending. Let's see on this side. Oh, the boss's office. Screens from development of the boss's office. So just the blocks without much texturing, then some basic texturing, and then the main thing. On the office clocks. The lounge. The underground. An early version of the underground portion of the game.
into where he was supposed to. He traveled upward to the power source at the top of the facility.
Kevin Brightening, the voice of the narrator, recorded dialogue of the entire game roughly
number 4.
in roughly 3 separate times over the 2 years of development. These are clips from early takes
Where were all of his co-workers? Oh, I don't know. How about they're throwing a surprise party for him for all his button pushing? Does that sound plausible to you? Let's see. Stanley walked through the green door. Nothing there. Shoot. Well, try the other one then. Oh, for crying. Is this that other building? Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room. Perfect example of poor level design. Still nothing. Textbook mistake. I don't know. It's the kind of thing you'd pick up on intuitively if you had even the most fundamental understanding of good and bad game design. I know you put in a lot of hard work being you. You'll probably spend the next hour trying to solve it. Here, I'm just going to make this easy on you. What do we do now? I don't... Stanley, where are you right now? Where am I? I'm trying to figure out, but I can't... Stanley, who am I? Can you speak to me? Please talk. Have we done this before? Have we been in this room before? How many times have we done this? How many times have I said these exact words? Say something. Anything. Help me, Stanley. I don't know who I... What I... Stanley, help... No.
an ending where the... Okay. Actually, no, that actually gets me thinking. Like, how much voice has Freedom Ending? It was the very first incarnation of the Freedom Ending in the game's alpha. As I was thinking, that makes me think how much voice is in the game that wasn't used. You know? The monitor room elevator. For a time, the elevator in the monitor room could go up and down, with freedom above the countdown below. We abandoned this when players found it too difficult to remember what was up and what's down. Jesus! I had both of my earbuds and actually got scared, Lich. God! Thanks for the stretch, though. Neither that. What was up and what was down, I placed the two endings together instead. God damn it. I was that. I don't know what it is. Like, this room is literally just a museum. Nothing about this says jump scare at all. But I'm just waiting for one. Like, I don't know if this is like me gaslighting myself into thinking there will be one. I don't know if it's just the design of the room that's so unsettling that's just making me think that there's gonna be an ending. Somehow a jump scare is gonna happen. But something's making this room unsettling, and I don't like it. I guess we'll go out then.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free. Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen.
Is it just me? Maybe it's a me
Listen
thing.
to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice. Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let
Ow. Do we need to watch a horror movie to get you scared this week? I don't know. But... Okay, now I need to find 434.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Okay, now we just need to do one more ending. That's the escape pod. That's easy. Not doing the new content.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, I want to get this right.
Here's the door, just go.
Okay, I did it. Well, what now? I can't get in here. I got the feeling money for stealing, but not yours, of course. So that's a lovely purse. I keep forgetting that this bathroom could have some interesting writing. No, that's for the insanity. Wait, 427 is closed, but this one's open. You are now leaving. Escape pod on floor 760. There's absolutely no... Of course, there's no way to do this other than stairs. Because of course there wouldn't be an elevator. It would be too easy. 5. 5, 5. 5, 6. 5, 7. 5, 8. 5, 9. Escape pod launch bay. Oh, there it is. Did I... Did it work? I think I did. I escaped. Okay, so there's one more ending, but... Actually, I'll do it right now. And this... is for the button ending. Welcome, Stanley, to heaven. So many buttons. Okay, let's restart. Okay, that's the last one. So actually, I wonder if I can get the blue room. If I can kind of trigger the blue office room. Okay, I'll go sleep. Okay, at least I did most of the endings. So the only things I couldn't do is just the whiteboard ending and the face button texture and anything related to new content. So okay, let me now search for someone to raid. Now that Cell's out, I have to search for someone else. Because I was thinking to raid him, but it's fine. Loot is still up, but I already did loot. Shrike is up. Rose Kitasha. Well, there's an opportunity. You know what? Sure, I'll visit Kitasha. And I think this time, hopefully, they're not gonna just end right as I'm getting out. Let me just watch a bit. Oh yeah, they're starting. You know what? Sure, I'll raid Kitasha. Okay, so today we're gonna raid a new friend. Someone that I hope will be acquainted to you guys somewhat soon. We're gonna raid my friend someone that I want to be friends with, Kitasha VT. She's a skunk, cyberpunk-esque themed VTuber that plays a ton, and she said herself, plays a ton of Final Fantasy 14. The Bongo Parable. Oh, Lich, you are a genius. The Bongo Parable. That's the perfect read message. Thank you so much, Lich. So okay, you know what? Lich's thing would be the no, let's put for uh 30 seconds. Okay, so would be the read message. So thank you everyone for coming to today's stream. I hope that you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Thank you so much for taking the game with me. It's really awesome. So you guys take care. Have a wonderful rest of your night. Tomorrow's gonna be media day, so you know what that means. Hope that you posted a bunch of videos, and I know you guys did. So yeah, see you guys somewhat soon. Tomorrow, to be exact. Sleep well. Take care, everybody. Bye bye now. Why can't I send a raid? Okay, I guess we'll go with the timer. But still, if we get the Stanley Parable next week, we'll do more.
3 other VTubers, streamers, and other people that are going to be doing all sorts of things to run this raid blind for the first time. It's going to be... Wait, what?
B0on-off1 is here and brought 3 viewers with them. Please give them a stinky sussy welcome.
Why would... choked up at the wrong time. I choked up at the wrong time. Bongo, thank you so much for the raid. We just started. How are you? How was your stream? How are you doing? I guess I don't have to introduce myself because we're literally here and I'm introducing myself. So, hi, my name is Kitasha. I'm a cyberpunk skunk VTuber. We play lots of Final Fantasy 14 and Cyberpunk games on the weekends, but not right now because it's patch time. We got things to do. Yes, because I got mad. I got here late. No, you're not late. You're not here late. We're early. We're here early. Yeah. We're here early. Let's see your thing. Let's see your thing. Let's see what.
Since you guys It's a VTuber Plus
Is that Cult of the
Basically,
Lamb?
if you redeem that
Ooh, I keep
3K
wanting to
thing, I
play
get a
that. Is it
facial.
good?
I'm just
Is it
gonna say
good?
that,
You like
okay?
it?
I'm just gonna say that.
Well, I
because-
think you'd probably think it's good because
Can we
you're
just
playing
move
it.
on,
That's
please?
usually a good sign that you like it.
Just get
But yeah,
inside
it
this
is.
and
It's good.
do
Okay,
something.
okay.
Just
All right. I
something.
have to do that. We'll have to get that eventually. But thank you so much for your raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you for trusting your community with me. I don't know why you do that. Anywho, we can talk later. We can talk later. We are on a schedule now because this raid, this whole group thing kicks off in like 50 minutes, and that means I have to have